Have you ever wanted to start a business but don't know where to start? In this video, I'm going to share with you my story and give you 3 simple tips to help you get started on your own journey. Hi, my name's Spencer Jan. I'm the co-founder of Solo Stove, and on this channel, I hope to help and inspire other entrepreneurs who are looking to get into business. Hopefully the stories and insights that I share help you along your journey. If that sounds good, please hit the subscribe button. Remember to click on the bell to get notifications for when I post new videos so you don't miss out when I post them. And with that out of the way, let's get into today's video. All right, so I'm gonna start telling you how I got into e-commerce, how I got into starting and owning and growing my own businesses. It started back in 2008. I was about 4 years out of college and was working overseas in Shanghai, China for a small American firm. We were a sourcing company. We helped other American companies source products in China. In 2008, the financial crisis hit. It was pretty bad, and everybody was really just looking for ways to stabilize their financial income, figure out how to stay afloat, myself included. We weren't making a whole lot of money. I think I was making about $45,000 at that point, having taken a pay cut during 2008. And then what triggered really me to explore things online was a donut. I went to a friend's house for dinner one night and they served me up a plate of hot cinnamon sugar donuts, which were amazing. Having lived overseas for a number of years, this was a real treat. And naturally, I went home and Googled, how do I make a donut? I want to make donuts just like that. And that led me down a rabbit hole. I started to learn about blogging from the blog that I was looking at to learn how to make a donut. That blog at the bottom of the page had a video, and that video had a guy on there talking about how this blog, which was his donut recipe blog, helped him continue to do what he loved doing. He was an elementary school teacher. This blog helped provide him extra income, which really fascinated me. It seemed really genuine. This blog obviously wasn't making him tons and tons of money, and so that authenticity kind of drew me in, and I started to go down that rabbit hole. I ended up looking at the program that he used for blogging, that he was marketing, and I dove in and I kind of started learning how blogs work. I paid for the program. I think it was $200 or $300 a year, so it wasn't a huge commitment. I went into it thinking, hey, I'll just check this out and see what it is. I actually told my brother too, and he was checking it out, and we both started separate blogs at the same time. My blog was called ChinaBusinessTraveler.com, was all about traveling in China and helping others coming over to China to learn how everything worked, everything from transportation to currency to customs to food. And I spent a year writing a blog. Now that blog really never went anywhere. I spent a year doing it. I learned a lot, but I never really made any money. I think I made less than $100 in a year's worth of work, which to me was disappointing, but at the same time, it was a start, and I started to learn all of these things about internet marketing, about traffic, about content, about paid ads, and it was really eye-opening, and I really enjoyed the entire process of it. So that's really the start of how I got into how to make money online, how to do internet marketing, how to do digital advertising. All of that stuff started really with just curiosity from a donut recipe that drew me into a rabbit hole, which I was willing to go down. So there's 3 takeaways from this story that I want you to know. Takeaway number 1 is that great outcomes don't necessarily require great starts. It's better to just start doing something. A lot of times big things happen from very small, humble, kind of uneventful starts. My advice to you is that there's really no perfect time to start a business. There's all sorts of excuses that you could use and tell yourself to not start. For me, I could have said it was 2008 and it was the financial crisis. I didn't have any money. I was living overseas. I had no real idea of what I was getting into online. I mean, all of those reasons and probably lots more I could have used to say, probably not the best time to start. I think that's going to be true for a lot of people, and especially for entrepreneurs. It's easy to talk yourself out of something. But if you realize that starting simple and starting with something small can lead you to great things, I think that's an important lesson to learn. The second takeaway I want to tell you is that it's important to be comfortable not knowing what you're doing and being okay with that. A lot of times we've been trained to be embarrassed or ashamed or shy away from those things that we don't really know or understand, or we're not experienced in, or other people are better. And it's just not true, especially for entrepreneurs and for people wanting to start a business. It's okay to not know what you're doing. In fact, that's kind of the point. Starting a business is all about learning. It's all about solving problems that you've never really encountered before. That's the fun and joy of it. That's the challenge that I think actually draws in a lot of people. But for others that are kind of skirting around the outside, you might shy away from not starting a business because you feel like you just don't have the knowledge and the experience to do it. And I would tell you it's the opposite. It was for me. I dove into learning things online that I had no clue about. So it's important for you to understand that you can just go ahead and be comfortable not knowing what you're doing, and that's okay. And that feeling is okay, and embrace it and just keep going. The third takeaway I want to tell you is to not overthink things. It's very easy for entrepreneurs or for people wanting to start a business or lots of things in life to really overthink things, to overplan, to feel like you need a solid plan, to have everything well thought out in your head, to have all your ducks in a row, to know where all the pieces are and have a sense of organization. It's just not necessary. I like the saying that progress is better than perfection. And I think that's really true. Elaborate business plans, they're just not needed at the early stages of you exploring your journey of entrepreneurship. So I would encourage you to just not overthink it, start moving your feet and start actually making progress and just jump into it and do it. So that's all I have for you guys in this short video. I hope it was helpful. I hope those little nuggets will help you think about entrepreneurship and help you move along in your own journey. Thanks for watching to the end. If you enjoyed it, please hit subscribe. I'd love to also hear your comments. If you have any thoughts or suggestions or questions, I'd love to answer them below. Until the next video, I'll see you later.